But if you don't know where to begin, better ask when.
Shane, good to see you. This video is for all of our generous grandparents out there. We're going to talk through the 529 grandparent loophole. For the very first time this year on the 24-25 FAFSA, students are no longer required to report cash gifts from grandparents or contributions from grandparent-owned 529s. That means grandparents can now use a 529 plan to fund their grandchild's education without affecting their financial aid eligibility. So according to a recent study, half of Americans don't know what a 529 is, and fewer than 1/4 have one. So what is a 529?
Well, the real basis of the 529 is to save money for college, right?
Yeah.
For expenses, things from books, tuition, housing, all the above, right? But the 529 allows for you to do it in a more tax favored manner. So in many cases, you'll get a small deduction when you put the money in, but more importantly, the money can come back out tax free. That's really the big power of the 529.
So that's the big selling point. What are the other benefits of a 529?
Well, there's a couple smaller things. Of course, like I said, you can get some great tax benefits, but they are available nationwide. Anyone can open it. But of course, in this situation, the grandparents is what we're talking about. We'll come back to that here in a few minutes. But the big thing is, again, you stay in control of the account. Plans are pretty flexible. And the huge tax benefit allows for tax-free distributions of funds from the account to pay for those expenses for education. Again, things like housing, tuition, books, any additional costs that come along with an education. There's always a few other things.
Of course. I mean, it's so expensive right now
Yeah.
to have a college education. But I think one reason people were hesitant about using a 529 was like, well, what if I don't use the money? But that changed after the Secure Act. Unused money can be rolled into a Roth IRA for your grandchild, giving him or her a leg up on retirement planning. That's a big deal.
That's a huge change. And this was always one of the biggest drawbacks to a 529 was if we don't spend the money, if we don't go to college, if we don't have a need for it, then it's kind of locked up in here and it has to come out in a fully taxable manner. So now they've changed the rules. You're able to take out, I think it's $35,000 and roll it over to a Roth IRA. This is unused money from a 529 plan we're talking about here. And that allows for a little bit more flexibility for unused money in that 529 plan.
Yeah, great. Well, Shane, I know you have so many generous grandparents as clients and in your area. So if somebody wants to talk about how they can better help their grandchildren with expenses, especially for education, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, the best way to reach us is online or by phone. You can visit our website, winstonandcompanies.com, or call us here at the office, 602-456-1928.
Great. Shane, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.